Welcome back to this next episode of the Range Rover Turbo Technic series. So, as I think I mentioned in a couple of previous videos, we got a few ABS issues on here. One of which just being the accumulator, which is fine. I know about that. That's being a prick, but that's in hand. Well, meant to be, but yeah, that's another story. So getting one of them soon. But there's also been on my drive back. The ABS light also came on a couple times, which it shouldn't do, pretty much. It could indicate an issue with pressure switch. It could indicate issues with the ABS sensors. That could be the gap's too big. It could be that there's no continuity, no signals come back, all that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go through the diagnostic process and the resetting process for this and see what it brings out. Obviously, you could use the Land Rover actual Wabco ABS diagnostic stuff and that, but good luck getting hold of that, and you probably don't want to pay Land Rover for that either. So we're going to do a DIY method. We're going to do the nice and simple bridge a cable and count the number of flashes on the test lamp sort of method. So pretty much what you want to do is you want to go to your passenger seat and you want to locate the end here, your last relay base. It can be blue, mine's actually green. You want to locate that one and you want to remove the relay from it. So you want to disable the ABS warning light, and then from there you want to go around and find your diagnostics connector, which is this blue one sitting here at the front. Now you should have a black cable there, and you should have a black and pinkish sort of cable, or basically the cable in the opposite connector. Now you want to bridge between these two. So a bit of cable, maybe a paper clip, whatever you can do, get in there to bridge them across. And that'll do that. Now you've basically enabled diagnostics for the ABS ECU. So you want to come around here a minute. You want to go to your ignition. And you want to turn down the GoPro light a tiny bit so you can see what's going on. Now if you turn your ignition on, your ABS light's going to come on for 5 seconds or so, and it's going to go off. Then you have a little long pause, like a 2.5 second pause, then a half a second flash of light, and now you're into diagnostics. So you want to count with 2 sequences of flashes, so 1, 2, and then next sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there I had number 2 and 14. I can count, which is quite lucky. And it's going to repeat this process again. So it will go through, do the whole thing again. There you go, 1, 2, and it will go through and do the exact same thing again. So in case you miss it the first time, just wait around and it's going to kick back in again. So you want to write down your code. Now these ECUs also store the previous codes. So I'm not sure if it puts the most recent one first, but if you want to just maybe record all your codes, so it's going to be 214 I got there. Okay, so now we've read our first code. What we're going to do now is reset it and see if there's any more codes. These second or third or any more codes, it could just be previously stored codes. They could be nothing, they could have been sorted out. But we might as well wipe them all a minute, check them, and then we can always see what comes back, can't we? So on that connector we've previously bridged, what we want to do is we want to remove this link or disconnect one side of it during the code cycle. So we'll wait to come around and flash the codes again. Quick pause. So right, so during the code cycle, remove that link, wait for it to go back through again, and see what it does in a second. Right, so that now appears to have finished the cycle. So the ABS light is permanently on. That means we've gone through and we've reset that code we were just reading. So now in order to activate it again and read the next code, what we want to do is we want to reconnect to that link and see what happens then. So we'll reconnect that link a second. I'll try to do it one-handed whilst holding the GoPro and trying to talk. I haven't quite mastered this multitasking thing yet, so I think it might be in a hole. There we go. So now let's start the cycle again. So we'll see what our next code is. Right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 4. So that's going to go through again and repeat that. So our next code is 4 and 4. Now what I'm going to keep repeating this a minute, and until I've got a full list of what codes are on ECU, and then we'll see what's on after that. Okay, so we finished our code cycle now. This is how you tell if you've finished. So you got the 2.5 seconds, and then you got your half a second blip, and then nothing, just blank, 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 and it will restart again on the 2.5 second, half a second light. So yeah, simple as that. Turns out it's quite easy. It's the first time I've done this, and it's not too shabby. So with the Wabco codes we're looking at now, I only had 4 codes in the end, which I'm pretty impressed with, considering she's a dog and keeps chucking more and more issues at me constantly. So I got 4.2, 2.14, 4.2, 4.4, and 5.14. So I'm going to quickly go online, dig them out a minute. I did have some paperwork and all on my computer, but it's, yeah, on my computer, so I'll quickly find out the code definitions online in a second. Okay, so I've just found some codes online, and what we've got here then is our 2-14 is going to be the front left sensor, and that's got a too large an air gap. So chances are it's either the ring or the sensor's damaged, it's been maybe forced out along the line, so it's detecting that it's maybe got too big an air gap, so maybe it's still getting a signal, but not quite the signal it wants. It's weak. So that could be maybe new. If I've never taken a suspension partner yet, but new exciter ring, potentially new ABS sensor, or maybe just tapping it back in or cleaning it up. There could be some metal shavings in the way, which is causing a weak signal. So you got that. What else I got here? I got 5.14, which again, front left sensor. Interesting. So both pointing to front left so far. Sensor and intermittent fault. Check connections. So it could be wiring. Also could be related to it, so it could again be some debris on a sensor. Or so worst case here, I'm looking at maybe like a new sensor for the front left hand side. Not too bad. What else we got here? We got 4.2 and 4.4. Right, they're all higher. So codes 4.0 to 4.9. Short circuit to earth from ECU to solenoid valve in booster. Fantastic. Just what we want to hear. I'm hoping they mean nothing. I think the best thing I could do in it is take the vehicle for a little drive up and down the lane, get above 5 miles an hour so everything can calibrate, and see if any codes reappear again. If nothing reappears straight up, then fantastic. If it does, at least we'll know there's an intermittent issue here we need to be looking into, or a permanent issue. So we'll quickly try that out a minute and see if they go or not. Okay, so what I've just done is I've disconnected the link out we put on the diagnostics plug. I've popped the ABS warning light relay back in at the end, under the seat there. So what we'll do now is take it out of the shed, see what it does. Right, so I've still got the ABS light on there a minute, so I might have to try first. Not sure why the parking and brake light's on a minute, so we'll see if that goes off maybe. That's a bit odd. Alright, let's get out of the shed first. The ABS pump's kicking in again. That could be why the other light's on. Right, it's still both on. Ah, the ABS light's gone out. Fucking bitch brakes. That is why you need to keep your ABS accumulator in top condition. As you may have heard my swearing then, the brakes basically stopped. But ABS light has gone out, it's not come back yet. So If it comes back again throughout driving, once I fix my brakes, I can't drive a single minute without brakes, then I can repeat the procedure, see what codes actually come back and relate to, well, imagining if I do get another code, it's going to be relating to the front left ABS sensor, because 2 of the codes relate to that. Hopefully not the short to ground issue with the between the ECU and the ABS block. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this one. If you happen to have liked the tutorial, I know it's a bit rough. I'm no expert in Range Rovers, I'm sort of still learning as I go. So each of my tutorial is going to be from a DIY or novice point of view as opposed to a technician's point of view. But if you haven't enjoyed them, maybe subscribe, like the video, share it, drop a comment, tell me what you think, tell me what I've done wrong, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Cheers!